the tarp, or basher as it's also known. Simple but very versatile and awesome little bit of kit. Today I'm going to show you how I set mine up for a simple shelter, for bivvying out underneath, just for a day's shelter if it's raining, or for a larger tarp. So once you've found a spot you like the look of, you just need to make sure it's suitable. You need to look on the floor, make sure there's no nests or toxic plants or anything like that. You want to look above you, make sure there's no loose branches or anything that's going to fall on your head. Make sure the trees, suitable thickness to, you know, if you're going to hammock, then it needs to take your weight and a suitable width apart, distance apart. And then once you've got that sorted, you can start to put up your tarp. So my tarp I keep in a nice little neat bundle that I keep in the top of my pack. Found my tree, found the other tree, right distance apart. Now there's 3 quick release knots that you're going to need. I'm using a continuous line which runs all the way through, so there is a 4th knot that I'm going to use today. So the first knot is called the Siberian hitch or Evenk hitch. It's a hitch that's used by reindeer herders to tie up their reindeer. It's useful because it can be used in cold weather, as obviously in Siberia it's cold, so it can be tied with your gloves on. First thing you do is not so bad in the UK, but in other countries where you've got like snakes and scorpions, you want to have a look behind the back of the tree before you stick your hand behind there, because you don't want to get a bite. Is you're going to take the working end, which is this end, around the tree. You're going to need quite a bit because you need quite a long length here, and then you're going to rest it on your left hand. You're going to take the working end and you're going to wrap it round once. Then you're going to drop your hand down, drop your hand up and over. Now with these 2 fingers here, I'm going to take a bite. Pushing the bite through is what makes a quick release, and you're going to pull a bite through to there. Tighten that up, and what you should have is this figure of 8. And then you can, the other good thing about this knot is you can tie it and then move it wherever you want after. So once you've got your position where you want it, you've got the knot all tightened up, you just slide the knot up, and there's your first knot done. You just pull on this, and that's the quick release. Now we're going to take our tarp across the other tree. Okay, so the second knot you need is also a quick release. All of these are quick release. I tend to use all quick release knots for camping, bushcraft, unless it's for climbing. Obviously you don't want a quick release for climbing. So the second knot is called the tarp hitch, and it's the knot I use for putting tension on the tarp so it sheds the rain better. So again, you take working end around the tree, and then you lean back on it, get some tension on it, get it nice and tensioned up, take it round the tree, back over the line, and you pull, and that puts a lot of tension on that line. And what you do here is you go back around the tree, but instead of going under it, if you cross it over that line there, like that, that will then basically put tension on the line and help it to stop slipping. Then you come back round. And you've got the tension then, you can actually hold it there, and you've got the tension there. So if you look here, you can see that triangle shape. So what you want to do then, if you go over the top of it, you've got a triangle shape there, you take a bite through, and you take off the slack, like that. Now that is not going to hold on its own, so you need to take another bite through this loop, and that locks it off. And that's your second knot. taut tarp hitch. Now, as you can see, what I mean by continuous line is I've got the ridge line from tree to tree, and it goes through the loops in the tarp or basher. Now, the third knot I'm going to use is what we secure this on, is called a prusik loop. If you're tying out to this, straight to the tree, and this end straight to that tree, you won't need this one. For this, I do. So you take the tarp where you want to put it. Now, this is the main reason why I use these prusik loops, and I use it this way, because I can then move my tarp where I want. I can have it more that way or that way. So your third knot, if you're using continuous line, is your prusik loop. Basically, this is a slip and grip. If you move it that way, it slips. Once you put tension under it, the knot tightens and it grips. I find if you use a smaller diameter cord than the ridge line, it grips better. All right, so I'll undo this and I'll show you how to tie that. So I've got a smaller diameter cord than my ridge line, and I've just put an overhand loop. Actually, I think that's a fisherman's. You can either use an overhand loop or something like a double fisherman's. I shall put a link in the description below on how to tie it. So you basically got two pieces of cords tied together to form a loop. And what you do is you take that over, like so. You take one turn round, like so. Take a second turn round, making sure that they're neatly, oh, this is a bit, that's it, make sure that it's in the middle neatly like that. Now you can do two, or you can take the third one round, and you tighten that up, make sure that it's all neat. So as you can see, it looks like a fist. And you can move it along the line, put tension on it, and tightens up. That's your prusik. What you do is you just take it and you put it through, and you find a stick. I've got mine oversized just so for this demonstration, so it don't have to be this big, and you just push it through, and that will lock that on. So come over this end. Do the same again. Push it through, lock it off with a stick, and then you just tension up your tarp. If you hold on to that end there and pull, you get more tension on it, and that's your tarp tensioned. Okay, so the fourth and final knot is for your guy lines. So I've got mine hanked up with a quick release and just pull it out. Now I'll probably, if I'm honest, I've got this a bit too short. Usually I'd have about 3 meters here for your guy lines. I'd have about 1.5 meters each side of your tarp. So this is probably a little bit short, but we'll work with what we've got. Better put that a bit close because we've got short. So you've got your peg in the ground. And what you do is you bring it around your peg. Now this one is called the adjustable guy line hitch. You go around the peg and back onto the line. So what you do, if you can see that properly, you take one turn round, second turn round, so you've got that, and then the third turn you bring round and you put a loop through, which makes it quick release, and you pull that up tight. And what you've got there is you've got the cord that's gripping on this. So what happens then is if you hold that, you can pull that up, you can tension it, and it won't slip. Again, less tension. Adjustable guy line hitch. So now I've just got to repeat that another 3 times, so all 4 corners are done. Take it down, just so everything in reverse. This is where these quick release knots come in handy. So just release that, take out the peg, put it out of the way for now, somewhere by the tree so I don't lose it. And then I like to hang my cord up so it's nice and neat. So what you do is close to the tarp, take around your thumb and finger and just do that. When you get the last, well, probably need a bit more than that, but the cord's not long enough, you just wrap it around a few times. Make that nice and neat. And then you just take the bite through. And then when you want to get it, when you release it, you just pull on this end and it will release. And it's nice and neatly then. And then what you can do here, because you've still got this part of the tree, you then want to start wrapping around the longer end. So what you can do is you can use the tension of the tree to get it nice and tight. Like so. Quick release. Again, push your bite through, and there you go. Now, if this was helpful, if you enjoyed my video, please do give it a like, do give me a subscribe, and see you next time. Cheers.